Welcome back to Stooge Club. I am your host, the Stooge. I picked up these Disney Star Wars Toybox figures recently because they were on mega sale, and I've been stinging to get them out of the box and have a look at them. So, geeks, gamers, Star Wars fans, strap yourselves in because here we go. Now, I was actually a fan of Disney Infinity. The game itself was okay, and the fact that you could build stuff and create your own levels and things like that was a fairly interesting concept that, Mario Maker took and just made so much better. But the toys themselves, I like the design of them, the cartoonizing of a whole lot of these characters and figures and, the Marvel ones and the Star Wars ones and just the general Disney figures. They were all pretty cool. Unfortunately, the whole Toys to Life thing failed quite miserably, and I got all my Disney Infinity figures for almost nothing. And if you don't think the Toys to Life thing failed after the 5th or 6th Skylanders, whatever it was, feel free to ask the people that made Starlink, which is actually a really, really good game that failed horribly. It just died, and it's a shame because it's really good. I got the starter pack with the chip and all of that for Switch with the R-Wing. I paid £19 for it a month after it came out, and it started at 60. So that tells you how well that did. The ships are, a couple of pounds each now. So it just really didn't work out. And I think it's because things like Skylanders just pushed too hard, too fast, and put too much product out and flooded the market. It's the same thing with the Guitar Heroes and stuff. It was a fad. It was only going to last a short period of time, but as soon as you flood the market, everyone loses interest. Well, Disney took that and still ran with it and created Toybox, which was that same sort of design, but more articulate actual action figures rather than just little Toys to Life mini things. So these things are really, really cool, and I really want to check them out. So let's start with this Princess Leia. Now, normally these are like 15 to 20 pounds each, and 25 for the big box set things. This was 5, so absolutely had to get it. Now, if you don't know, at the back of the back of all the Disney stores, there's a sale section. Make sure you go check that out. There's usually some good stuff in there. Oh, who made this? It just says Disney. Okay. Alright, here we come on. This annoying packaging. This is Hasbro. Maybe, because of how annoying the packaging is. Come on, there we go. Hasbro uses this weird packaging style, so I'm going to assume that these are made by Hasbro for Disney. See if it's on the packaging. Now, I know a couple of these... no. So, a couple of companies are now, licensing stuff out, i.e. Disney is saying, you go make this stuff, and we're going to say it's by us. Though we don't have anywhere that makes toys. But yeah, it has to be Hasbro by the bubbling... Come on. Because it's always annoying to get their figures out. Alright, here we go. So, let's start with the figure itself. If it wants to focus on Leia. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, it's got that Disney Infinity cartoony style. First thing I've noticed, this is soft plastic, so that's very cool. It gives it movement. It's not completely stuck. You do have a knee joint underneath there. You've got an ankle joint. So that's pretty cool for posing. And I've just noticed you've got a wrist joint in here. A teeny tiny wrist joint, so you can move her wrist a little bit Your elbow, your shoulder, and it's the full 360 up and down shoulder. And head. Head's got just a little bit of up and down and all the way. So you can put this in some pretty cool poses, I'm assuming. Let's see if we can get the gun in her hand without it. Nope, doesn't like that one. There we go, that's the one it's supposed to be in. And then we turn her wrist in a little bit. Okay, it's kind of loose, but it'll hold. It'll hold. Also got a waist. But I really like this soft plastic. I think that's a really nice touch. And it feels completely different. Obviously because it's soft, but that's really going to help. See, you can bend the knee in there with posability and stuff. That's very cool. There's a few little paint issues on her hair, but whatever. Things like that I don't really care about because I put stuff on shelves and display them, so you don't notice the little paint issues and things. Yeah, I think this is a pretty cool little figure. I kind of like it. Alright. Next up, we've got Rey. Now, I'm going to assume before I open it that that's that soft plastic as well, her outfit. And it's about the same articulation. Let's see. The reason I do this on camera is because I used to have another channel years and years ago, and people would claim that I'd buy two of things to unbox them, which is not true. I am not made of money. This is why I buy stuff from charity shops or when they're on sale. Alright, so let me just chop this out. Kids, be careful when you are opening these. You will need scissors and a parent. There we go. Because Hasbro is annoying in the way that they package stuff. And two on the legs. Leia had one of these little plastic tie-in tags. Rey has 5. Really? Okay. How are kids supposed to get this out if I'm struggling? And I know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's check out Rey here. Yeah, this is soft plastic, but it's a completely different type of soft plastic. This is a little bit harder. This is very thin, very soft, a completely different material, actually. So some thought and effort is going into these. They're not just recycling material and parts, which is actually pretty cool for a toy line this simple. You would think that's the first thing they'd do is recycle bits. Okay, does her arm go all the way down? Yep, alright. So let's check her out. Same thing, I'm guessing. Yep. Head goes all the way around. There's nothing blocking her. Tiniest little bit of up and down. Bit of black paint on my finger. Arm, the 360 up and down. Elbow is there. Okay, that's weird. I can turn it, so that's okay. Okay, so the elbow joint actually turns as well. That's pretty cool. Wrist turns, a little bit of back and forth. I'm guessing her wrist turns as well. She doesn't... Does she have a waist? Okay, there... Alright, now this is weird. So there is a waist joint in there. But you can't use it because of her costume. Why would you bother putting the waist joint in there? They must just be using the same bodies. Now, you're going to get nothing because that's in the way. See, like that can go out a bit further. You've got your forward, your back, stuff gets in the way. Bit of a knee joint and a tiny little bit of ankle roll. Again, that's really good for posing and like displaying on a shelf the way you want. Are we going to have same said issue? Yep. Oh, God, why can't they ever design these things properly? Come on. There is no chance that that is going to stay in her hand. So what you need to do is you're going to have to put it like that, because any other way, it's just going to fall out. That's a shame. That's a shame. Can we get it to sit maybe? Maybe. That's about as good as it's going to go. That's actually a bit of a shame. And it's the same thing with this Leia figure, like that. So I'm guessing this whole line, or at least Series 1, is going to have problems holding their accessories. But all in all, though, like the design, the articulation, the feel of the figures is really, really nice. And if you're a Star Wars fan, which, I am, of course, because how can you not be, of the original and only 3 Star Wars films? I'm talking about the prequels, of course. No, I'm kidding. I'd say they're worth getting. And there's some Marvel figures that I was looking at, but I thought I'd buy the ones on sale first to check out. I may eventually pick up 1 or 2 of the Marvel figures. Hopefully they end up on sale. That would be even better. Let me know what you think of this line, the Disney Toybox line, in the comments below. Until next time, I've been your host, the Stooge. And don't forget, adventure, excitement, Stooge craves not these things. Welcome to the Stooge Revolution. This is Stooge Club!